All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's get the 5x5s out of the way. It's funny, some people complain about these 5x5s and they're like, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, too many people start doing it. I don't care. That's the fucking point of it, I guess. We're getting severe thunderstorms now and hail. Kathy Roberts. Kathy Roberts, where are you? Thank you. SP, thank you for the 5x5. Joe, Mr. Landfill, Little John, Maria, Adobe, WTC, Todd, thank you for the 5x5. Sarita, Jeep Dog, Henry, Eric, thank you for the 5x5. Beef and Chicken, Groundhog, Cult, Master Blaster, Kathy, thank you for the 5x5. Tony, Andy, Steven, Kimball, Vegan, thank you for the 5x5. Henry, Real White, Flown Grown, Raccoon, Tina, thank you for the 5x5. Jason, thank you for Whiskey by Whiskey. Slim Shady, 4x4, not sure why. Remy, thank you for 5x5. 8x7, AJ, appreciate it. Dan Phillips, 5x5. Jason for the RNN times RNN, thank you. Patty, Black Wolf, thank you for the 5x5. Pikesville, Kentucky. All right. Well, good luck. If that's like the right thing to say, I'm not sure. Thunderstorms and hail in Pikeville, Kentucky. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. Yeah, so today we're talking about every time I turn the news on, there's like some new bullshit. Or I look at my phone, I get updates from media sources, right? And there's a new danger or new virus or new problem. I'm like, are they just, at this point, are they just fucking with us? Like, is that a thing? Because how could so many bad things be going on at one time? Now, granted, guys, when the apocalypse starts, there's going to be 1,001 bad things that happen at the same time, right? But we're not there yet. And for every little thing that happens, it's a scare tactic. But they don't want to warn you about certain things when it matters, right? So when migrants or illegal immigrants are here, they don't want to sit there and tell us the bad side to it. Now, granted, not all migrants are bad or illegal immigrants are bad. Some of them are here to actually make a living. And then others are here to do dirt, right? And not all of them, but just, it's probably enough. And I don't think anybody's argument is that there shouldn't be any here. There should be some kind of standard for them to get here. But they don't want to talk about that. But they want to talk about every little thing that goes on and how you should be scared. Like, oh, you should be concerned about this, concerned about that. And then some articles, they'll talk about, like the monkeypox. They're like, you shouldn't be really concerned, But sandbags from Amazon. Amazon has sandbags? Forget it, sorry. But, yeah, so it's a constant browbeating and play on our emotions every time they turn around and they tell us about some new nonsense. Oh, the weather, climate change. Everything I've been watching lately has been resorting to climate change. Climate change is causing this and climate change is causing that. We need to do something about the climate change. Climate change. And I'm pretty sure if you said that 8 times fast, you'd stumble at some point. But anyway, they're not telling us about the shit they're spraying in the sky. They're not telling about the hazards of 5G and 6G and this new one now that's coming out. I thought I heard 8G or something like that. They're not talking about any of the hazards of that. They want to tell you that dieting is no good, but the cereal we eat is okay. They want to tell you that McDonald's is good for you to eat because, it was open during the pandemic and you wanted to stay healthy, but they closed down all the health shops, but they let McDonald's rock. That's a problem. And they continue to do this day in and day out. Jay Biggs, yes, earthquakes is another one. And the earthquake thing, listen, there's a lot of theories out there about earthquakes. I don't know what's true and what's not, I know that California is due for one. And if that one happens, that's going to be a doozy. Johnny, yes, everything is just about everything. Listen, Johnny, to be fair, some of these things could be legit. But how do we know? They're constantly lying to us on a daily basis and telling us just simple, outright lies. Um, this all it is. Electromagnetic frequency weapons 5G. And guys, if you have some credible information on this type of stuff, I'm willing to read it. That doesn't mean I'm buying it or believing it. I'm willing to read it to see where it is. The neutrino thing made a little bit of sense, being that they started that conversation in a movie about how neutrinos could activate or start earthquakes. And then we saw the big one in Myanmar 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now, whatever it is. A 6.0 and a 5.2 hit San Diego. Today, JJ? That was today? Or just now? And Reese, that's the problem. A lot of us don't believe anything anymore. But what if that's their setup? What if that's their thing? To have us not believe anything, so we either look crazy, or when something happens, we don't buy it, we don't protect ourselves against it, and then we wind up, being offed from it. 6.0 is a big deal. JJ said yes. All right, thank you. Mr. Landfill said today. Let's go said today. All right, listen, I was at work. We were running out balls off today, so when I'm at work, I don't look at the news, like, ever. Not ever, but I'm consumed with other shit. So thank you for letting me know. My truck has a 6.0. We're all going to die one day. Nasara. Exactly. But are they trying to work us into an early grave with anxiety? Now, somebody made a point. I do not know how true this is. Some of you guys are probably going to tell me whether it's true or not. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody said that anxiety is a demon of some sort. And I'm like, that makes sense. And they were talking about like the song Anxiety. Now, the song Anxiety is just another bullshit song that embraces everybody's anxiety, which I think anxiety is bullshit. You could definitely get it under control. But yes, they are. So it is right. So anyway, so they keep us anxious at all times. And there are people who run around like, I suffer from anxiety. Like, that's a badge of honor. So some people are saying yep, one people saying like this one lady, she broke down the whole anxiety thing and how it's a demon and it comes in the form of another name. And she went down it and she's like, this is why they want everybody to be anxious. And I was like, really good point. Yes, anxiety is a demon, right? But doesn't it have like another name, like a anxiotosis or whatever name they go by. It sucks your soul. It does. But the problem is, I mean, listen, we all at some point in time have anxiety attacks. I had my first anxiety attack after what happened to my son. And that was like a true, like, holy shit moment. It was a true holy shit moment. And then I got a hold of it. Because I was like, stop being a bitch. Like, be sad, be depressed. But don't start having anxiety, Demons feed off anxiety energy. All right. So, okay, fine. Still, it's funny how that song, and I really, I didn't know that's what she was saying in that song. But then I heard it. I was like, oh, okay, so they're trying to promote anxiety, and they're trying to promote anxiety across all medias, because every time you turn your phone on, or you're looking at the news, or you're reading the newspaper, if you're still doing that, everything is made to bring up anxiety or create anxiety within the human body. Excuse me. Juby and Groundhog, thank you. Yes, you have to rebuke it. Yeah, well, listen. I mean, I don't know if telling yourself stop being a bitch is rebuking anxiety, but that's what it was. It was just like, I was like, yo, if you're gonna suffer for anything, no matter what it is, if you have trauma in your family, it breaking through it is not a thing. You don't get through it. You never get over it. But I have anxiety from my brain cancer. It makes it hard to shut down my mind. Excuse me, I was like, shit my mind. But I'm not going to beg for sympathy from people. That's exactly it, Little John. I don't want to be that guy. going through what people go through, and people go through some shit that are way worse, and then there's some people that embellish some shit that happened to them. But this anxiety shit, I find it interesting. Demon is acedia, which is anxiety. TD Doctor, thank you for that. She mentioned that name or a name similar to that. I couldn't remember what it was, but if that's it, thank you for that. But again, it's do you like the anxiety song? I don't like the anxiety song. It's a stupid song. I didn't like it when I didn't understand what it was. Like maybe because I didn't understand what it was, why I didn't like it. But yeah, now listening to the song, I'm like, it's stupid. It's a stupid song, and to create this demon, if you will, or feed this emotion into the demon, that's the bad thing. And I think that the elites notice that's the only thing I can come up with why they're trying to make us so anxious. They're trying to scare us into everything. Every time you look around, it's like, oh shit, you can't eat lettuce. You might check in at 6 o'clock news, and they don't even tell you what. Leave you on a cliffhanger. Then 6 o'clock news, you check in, and then you gotta wait till 6:50 to find out what's wrong with lettuce. Fucking people. It's a gamut, man. It's a scam. They get us all the time. But anyway, there's a lot going on, and to start getting I've started getting anxious before, but I always got it under control. No matter, I didn't go into a full blown like I did. Like I said, I think it was like a month ago. It happened. I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, stop being a bitch. And then that was it. I was sort of done, right? It doesn't pay to to suffer in that. Because I don't like anything because he's angry. I don't like a lot of things. I don't like this new generation, John Grove. I don't like the way they breathe. I don't like the way they eat. I don't like the way they walk. They look at you funny. I don't like this new generation of kids. I become that old man. And I don't understand why old people didn't like our generation. They were like, look at those fucking assholes. The way they breathe and eat. The same thing. Same thing. I don't like the way they dress. I don't like the way they dance. I hate that fucking song. They're on social media, shanking their titties and making thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. I looked up, again, because it was a conversation in the firehouse. We looked up OnlyFans model, like top OnlyFans models. One chick is making $49 million from OnlyFans. And I'm like, wait, what? In the fuck? There are people out there trying to create a fucking new way of like filtering water and housing the homeless. And this chick is making $49 million a year from OnlyFans alone. I don't even know what I used to work on. Did you used to work on Grand Concourse? No shit. I used to work on Grand Concourse. Very good. But again, I don't like the way the new generation moves, man. I just don't like it. Just when they walk down the street, you just want to bang bang. Like they're always crying about something. It's just like, man, stop being a bitch. There's this new generation, they're sniffling and crying, and I don't like this. It's hurting my feelings. My vagina hurts. And this is a guy saying this, Like the one kid on a couple years ago, he was a trans and he was having his period. What? And he was sitting there laying on the bed going, oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts? I would have kicked him right in the fucking dick. Anyway, not the point. The point, guys, is that everything is being built or pushed to keep us on edge all the time. And if you're always on edge all the time, you start wearing down your fucking body, right? Stress, anxiety, depression, all tools of evil one designed to injure, maim, and or kill. Thank you, Rich? E-Rich? Is that how you said it? Eric. With an H, whatever. A lot of you jeers people have no... I don't know what that means. I don't know what jeers mean. Generation? A lot of you generation people have no value. Yes, a lot of those kids have zero value. They have zero skills. If the apocalypse happened tomorrow, that generation would cease to exist because they have no skills. They're only in front of the camera doing dumb shit. Like antagonizing people and thinking that that's cool. And it's got to be cool because they got enough people sending them fucking likes and shit, like Somali Johnny Somali, right? That asshole, fucking antagonizing people. But he's making money antagonizing people. You know? Again, $49 million a year on OnlyFans? I was like, what? And then one of them was a model. I think, not a model, singer. Is Iggy Azalea a model or a singer? Whatever. She made $48 million last year, 2024. And I'm just like, and here I am, the jackass, running into burning buildings, working so much overtime, I shit you not, I feel like I'm going to pass out any minute now. I am fucking tired. And the crazy shit is that the city, right? So you have a couple of high-ranking official in the fire department. These assholes seem to think that we shouldn't make more money than them, though we are working the overtime. We are legitimately in the firehouse putting our dicks or vaginas on the line, and yet somebody could shake their titties, make $49 million, and that's fine. But somebody who's at work killing the overtime, or at least trying to kill the overtime, that's no good. We shouldn't have firefighters making more than us. It's always the sacks of shit that's sitting in an office in the AC, forgot where they came from, in their little white hats, talking that shit. You're getting old. Yeah, I know. Thank you, William. Thank you for pointing it out. It's always those people. It's always the politicians or some fucking officer of some kind just being a dick to the underlings, if you will. You got people like Eric Adams and Nancy Pelosi who are worth more than what they're making. No one wants to call that shit out. But a fireman turns a fireman, a cop, an EMT, a correctional officer make some astronomical amount of money being at work, putting his life on the line. And they want to outlaw that. They want to make it hard for you to work overtime. I can't stand them. Those are the type of leadership that you want to smash in the face because of the shit that they fucking actually sit around and talk about. They're having steak dinners inside their fucking AC office while we are passing out, walking upstairs in the middle of the summer to get some people out of a stuck elevator. But these motherfuckers can pass judgment on us and tell us they're working too much overtime. They made more than me. How dare they make more than me? I took a test and sucked a dick or two. Oh no. That's the kind of shit we got to deal with. Those fucking people, you know? And that pisses me off to no fucking end. No end. You know, I mean, you got companies replacing humans so that they can keep or make more money and not pay humans anymore. Not pay their medicals, not pay their paychecks, not pay their dental, keeping $20, $30 million extra and putting that shit into their pockets and their shareholder pockets. That's fine. But somebody showing up to work is no good. He made more money than us. We can't allow that to happen. You know who they sound like? They sound like the fucking elites. The elites who don't want certain people making certain millions of dollars. Aaron, I heard about the martial law thing, but I didn't really look into it. Dude, you're gonna get fired. TD Doctor, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Their bullshit is just that. It's bullshit. I've never seen such bullshittery in my life. That you're gonna fucking sit there and tell people what they can and can't do. Oh, you can't work that much overtime. We don't want you making more than us. It's a citywide thing. It's not just a fire department thing. It's a NYPD thing. It's an EMS thing. It's some fucking Uncle Tom step and fetch it guy who's gonna fucking sit there and tell you we're gonna flood the ranks because we don't want you making that overtime. Imagine being told that shit. Yeah. Talk about wanting to kick somebody in the fucking dick. That'd be it. That'd be the reason. But again, this is where we are. Martial law is yeah, I heard something about martial law, but somebody, I don't know if it was in the comment section, somebody mentioned Trump and martial law. I'm like, that's not going to happen. I don't see that happening. Oh, can't do that one. I don't see that happening, like, at all. So I'm not worried about the the martial law. And I don't see how they can implement it, and for what? What would they be implementing it for? And Tom Weary, thank you for bringing that up. But I'm going to talk about that, if I'm not mistaken, tonight on the Angry Truth channel. No, I'm not talking about that on the Angry Truth channel tonight. Tonight I'm talking about mayhem and the wild shit that we're seeing. No one's being arrested because it's all a ruse. Again, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm Trump bashing, but I'm going to start Trump bashing. That is all bullshit. He lied. I knew he wasn't going to get anybody arrested. He wasn't going to go after Pelosi. The whole Doge thing and finding out where all the stolen money is, all right, it's stolen. It's been taken from the American people. Why isn't anyone being brought up on charges? Why is no one being arrested? Why isn't, at the very least, names being floated of people taking our money? I haven't heard anything. Now, if you guys heard something, please let me know in the comment section or in the chat. But I think it's all bullshit, man. It was a lie. There's no fucking way that all of this money is being stolen and no one's held accountable for it. I told you before, I'll tell you again, Trump is on their side. He made a fucking good speech about it, but he's not doing anything about it. What do you think about Trump sending American prisoners to foreign prisons? I don't know about that. I didn't even hear that, TJ. I guess I'll have to look into it. Epstein, right. Epstein list, 0. Sex trafficking, nothing. Right? The whole terrorist thing, apparently he's walking them back. I'm going to throw this person in jail and that person in jail, nothing. No one's being arrested for the money stolen. It's all bullshit, man. And we're sitting here, and a lot of people sat here and believed it. Why? Why would you believe a fucking lie that was never going to happen? Why don't those reporters ask him about it? And that's, thank you, Lori. No one's asking him about this. No one's like, yo, how come you didn't X, Y, and Z? If all the money was being stolen, who was stealing it? And how? What was the exact method and reasoning for those shitty accounts? Nothing. Just that they found a lot of money, they pissed off a lot of Democrats, and then they got it done. And then they moved on. And we sit here not fucking questioning it at all. Thank you. No answers on the drones. Don't know why. They let that shit die. They're like, I'm going to find answers on where these drones are coming from. Radio silence. Crickets. What's happened with Fort Knox? What about Fort Knox? Wasn't like there's supposed to be some live streaming shit about Fort Knox and gold and going inside and bullshit. But again, people want to people want to go up, side with Trump. I'm like, Trump's doing great for America. I'm like, first of all, he's only been in office 4 months. So stop the fucking he's doing awesome for America. Is he making decent moves right now? I don't know anymore. Because the tariff thing it was definitely some kind of market manipulation or some shit. That shit didn't make sense. He's stopping it now. He's walking everything back. China, suppose there was an article. I don't believe the article because of the source. But the article was saying that China has Trump where they want him now. Some shit like that. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. Because a week ago, another article said Trump has China exactly where he wants them. I'm like, it can't be both ways, man. It really can't. I know that people hate Trump so much that they're going to just make shit up on him. I understand that. Ukraine war over in 24 hours. Is it really? You guys are throwing a lot of shit out there today that's going to make me look this shit up like right now. Because I am looking it up. And Ukraine war, U.S. envoy Witkoff proposes giving Russia ownership of what? What? And this was 3 days ago, though. Given ownership of Ukraine's region. It's quite the opposite. And that's how they give up the war then, giving Ukraine up. Again, none of it makes sense, man. I'm not buying any of it anymore. And that's the problem. You know, people, like somebody said, all right, so we have a situation where there are a lot of people coming down with Mr. C's. And a lot of people are trying to backdate it to the Trade Center cancer. And they're trying to backdate it to the Trade Center. And I'm like, no fucking way. No way are all of these guys in the fire department and police department that are suddenly getting sick is it traced back to the Trade Center. Some of the guys who have gotten sick recently weren't even on the job when the Trade Center happened. And there's only a few of us left that were, you know, during the Trade Center and still on the job. Not many of us left. But it definitely wasn't. Jay No More. That's my whole point. We need to see arrest. If you're gonna put your money where your mouth is, you got to start arresting people. Simple as that. But it's all, guys, like I said, it's all bullshit. It's all full of shit. And of course, guys, Trump is a politician now. He's playing the game. That's what he's doing. He's playing the game. And, you know, I'm not liking it, and I'm not believing anything coming out of his mouth anymore. I'm not believing anything Elon Musk is. Like I said, Elon Musk, you guys know where I stand with him. Fuck that alien dude, you know? Estain 85, right. Having a professor complain about making more than, garbage man making more than him. Yeah, it's exactly what we see at the city job level. We see the higher up complaining why officers are making more money than them, police officers, or why firefighters are making more money than them. Because we're doing our fucking job. We're not sitting in a fucking room eating steak dinners and watching fucking, you know, Desperate Housewives. We're in the shit. Getting our asses handed to us on some fucking nights. A lot of nights. Now, when I first got there, we didn't have busy nights. Like, we had, some nights are busy, but we have a lot of busy nights now. Like, I would say every night that I've worked, it's been a busy night. Like, out of control. And we're paying the price. We're getting injured. I'm 47. My body's holding up by a thin thread these days. And we're constantly browbeating our bodies. We're constantly beating up our bodies, doing what we're doing, putting all that weight on, going up those stairs, coming down those stairs, climbing up an aerial, climbing down an aerial, going up a fire escape, forcing a door, throwing your shoulder into the door when you're forcing it. All kinds of shit. And these people who sit in an office are doing just that. Taking it easy and wagging their fingers at those who are working too much overtime because they might make more money than them. Fuck those dudes. And then the rocket stunt today. Do you guys see that rocket stunt with the Blue Origin? You know, they fucking launched. They launched a bunch of whores into space, and then they came back down, and they were like, "Yay, bitch! You were in space for like 2.3 seconds or some shit." I know it was a couple minutes, and they weren't in outer space either. They were in, and I quote, what the international community considers outer space. Thank you, Sarita, for the donation. So they weren't even in like outer space. They were like in the brink of it or some shit. And then the shuttle came down and hit the ground hard. And they weren't, if I'm not mistaken, they weren't able to unbuckle themselves and float around or anything like that. It was like, fuck those dudes, man. Fucking pigs in space. Yeah, I would have said whores in space. It was stupid. And like NASA, they didn't have a spacesuit for women. What? They had women astronauts. What do you mean they didn't have? When I heard NASA's excuse why they couldn't do it, and then Bezos' wife said she designed it. She designed what? She designed the way it looked, because she didn't design any of the biometrics that were in it, because she ain't that fucking smart. That they gave her props for designing the suit. I'm like, get the fuck out. The biometrics. I don't want to talk about it. It was a scam, and people watched it. I watched the after. No, actually, the article. I looked at the article. 11-minute flight. Thank you, Joe FW. And it takes like 4 minutes to get to space, 4 minutes back down. Or 4 minutes to space. It's less time coming down. It's not. It's no. It's more time coming down because of the drag. But anyway, still, it was stupid. I was like, that is dumb. And people were watching it and cheering them on. I'm like, you didn't do anything. You sat in a chair strapped in, went into space, got to feel zero gravity for like 30 seconds, didn't come out of it, and then went back down to Earth. All while being fucking piloted from Earth. Get the fuck out of here. It was such a stupid fucking... I never seen something so stupid in my entire life. It was just the dumbest thing in the world. And people clapping like seals when they landed. Like fucking dummies, man. Big waste of money. Yeah, it was. So Slim Shady, I was thinking that because I thought I caught something. And I have to look at it again to make sure what I caught I was either wrong or right. But I thought I caught something on their descent. And I was thinking to myself, the way they cut away from them when they went up, I'm like, how do we know? But when it landed in the desert, they at no point cut the camera from them, and then they came popping out. So that's what made me believe. But I thought I saw something. And a paycheck. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it landed in the desert. It could have been shot. It could have been knocked out of a plane or pushed out of a plane, and then if the chute's open, it could have been that too. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, but there was something that was bothering me about the flight up, and I'm like, I don't think that's them. And the other sign was, I didn't see it. If you guys saw it, please tell me. But there's supposed to be a camera inside the shuttle showing the women as they're going up, and I never saw a video of them. Never get a straight answer. Yeah. You never will. 10 minutes, it was all over. That's like, yeah, again, that's bad. That was the bad. Fucking stupid. Whores in space. That's all it was. Bunch of chicks fucking, they were like, yay, we did it. You did what? You touched the brink of the fucking... Stupid. Stupid show. And when I read about it, I was like, it was even dumber as I read it. I was more stupider reading this article than I was like a minute prior to reading it. And the brain cells were melting away. I was like, this is dumb. Why would they do that? They weren't in outer space. They were like, oh, technically, it's what they recognize as outer space, not that they were in space. That shit was fake. Yeah, a lot of people were... Like I said, I thought it was fake too, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if anything gets uncovered by it. What is the AIDS chair? What is this AIDS chair you speak of? The chair that I'm sitting on now. It has leprosy and AIDS. I found it in Africa. They didn't know. They didn't know what? That they were being punked? Juby Joe, I don't know. What do you mean they didn't know? Pigs in space. Whatever it was. And then Gayle King with her wig, she was trying her best to keep that fucking bullshit on her head when she came out. She was holding it when she came out. She wasn't holding her head because it was a headache. She was holding her head because she thought her wig was going to fly away. It did look fake. Like there was a quick shot from outside looking in, and it looked like it was faked. But I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. But yeah. Where the heck is Jordan? Jordan who? Michael Jordan? Yeah, the H chair's been back for a few shows now. I couldn't sit in that other chair, man. I was slipping out of it every time I sat in it. Did Mabutu give the chair to you? Yes, he did. It was a birthday gift. It was a birthday gift. AJ says, read the Bible. What part of the Bible, AJ? Okay, I forget. They stole the famous chair. Get out of the big cities. Yeah, well, listen. The apocalypse was supposed to happen 5 years ago. We're still here. No glowing in the dark. All of the anxiety shit, guys, talking about constant war with Russia, and here we are. A possible financial collapse didn't really happen. You got a couple viruses that look like they're going to get released any day now. Of course it is, because why not? They're keeping us divided on a constant. Ace Venom, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Jeff fell down too. Watched it. It's just a constant shit show. And again, like certain YouTube channels, they're warning you every day about a nuclear bomb or nuclear war. Where is it? You know, I mean, like anything could spark it off. Anything. But what is it? We weren't supposed to be here now, according to a couple YouTube channels. We were supposed to be glowing in the dark. We're supposed to be, living out of the side of a mountain because the rest of the cities are destroyed. We're still here, man. I don't know. But Earth is a firmament. We can't leave this planet. The part that tells you about the firmament. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've read it, but I've heard that passage before about the firmament. I don't buy it. I think that technology wasn't afforded to them back then, so that's what they thought. But who knows, man? I could be wrong as well. Nukes are fake, I guess. The price of gold suggests collapse is coming. Real white comedy just said that. The price of gold suggests collapse is coming. Interesting. I've heard that before. So that is interesting. Jason, read Jeremiah 23:19. How am I going to fucking remember that? Hold on. I got it. Give me a second. Jeremiah 23:19. All right, got it. Show us your vest, first aid kit, Angry. Ace Venom, I don't have it on me. Actually, motherfucker. I got to get it from downtown. But I don't have it on me. But I have, and not in here. I have all my medical kits out there. But if you're looking for a decent medical kit, guys, Refuge Medical. Go on their website, check them out. They have a lot of gear that you guys would definitely get a kick out of. In fact, I'll put a link here for you guys to look at. But I had a medical vest, and it was at home. And I think if you saw my video from years ago, I did a video on a bug-out vest, and I did a video on a medical vest years ago on my original channel. I might do an updated video on that, just so that people can get an idea of how they want to bug out. Misty, I am 47 years old. 47 years old and feel like I'm 67. Every day I wake up, I thought I was going to die. Yeah, everything hurts, man. I'm just fucking broken. Had a flight, a massive robot named Talos to protect as Creed. That story is 3,000 years old. No shit. Just a basic kit. Yeah, like I said, I don't have any basic kits around me. They're in the living room. All the basic kits are in the living room. And like I said, the bug out vest one, that was like my. I did a wilderness weekend. Matter of fact, I did a wilderness weekend and with a bug out vest. It's one of my earlier videos on this channel. It's one of my earlier videos. I have a wool blanket strapped to me, but I lived out of that vest for 2 days as a bug out vest. I'm pretty sure it's on here. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. People are like, really gonna look up that shit now? Yeah, because I'm gonna put it in the link and see if you guys can get a kick out of it. Let's see, content. I really fucking hate this new setup that YouTube has. Let's see, video. No, I don't. I don't have it on here. Oh, I do. I do have it on here. 2018. Let's see if I can pull this up without destroying my YouTube channel. All right. It was one of my earlier videos. I think it still exists. I have to update the shit out of this video. I'll update it later. But this is the bug out vest video. Or maybe it was an overnight. Maybe it wasn't 2 days. Maybe it was an overnight. But I put it in the chat, guys. So if you are interested, take a look at the video later tonight or whenever you can. That was my bug out vest video. And it worked out. It worked out just fine. I thought it did anyway. And that was 5 years ago? No, 7 years ago. God, maybe I'm bad at math. I think it was 7 years ago. But 7 years ago, the video was. So I'm surprised it's still here, though. Okay, I'm surprised it's still here. Anyway, the problem at hand, guys, is that we are constantly being lied to, and we're constantly being stressed out. And I think that's the whole point of everything that happens next. I think they're going to stress us out so much that it wears out our immune system and we can get sicker easier. Again, that is my theory. That's not in my opinion, rather, excuse me. My bug out vest is the armor of God Almighty. Control is their goal. Yeah, control with fear, right? I mean, again, Bucky said the tariff bullshit is making people go buy stuff. You're right. So the panic is actually boosting the economy. Lie helps is killing inflation. Stagflation. I guess you could be right. I don't know. People did go out to buy a lot of shit, but then again, people are also broke at the same time. So I don't know how that would have worked out. But you definitely, like Adriana said, you need to get ready for whatever happens next. Because now, listen, I think as preppers, I think we're less stressed out. I don't think we have the same problem. I don't think we have the same problem like normies. Normies, they're constantly stressed out. They're looking at what's going on, and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know how we could, we could fight this. I don't know what to do." Meanwhile, we're ready, so we're less stressed. We're not worried about whatever bullshit is coming. I hope we're not worried about it, but the normies are definitely worried because they're constantly being bombarded by stressful situations. You got people, calling me about a whole nuclear war. I'm like, yo, nothing's gonna happen. I'm convinced, at least nothing in the near future. That doesn't mean something won't happen in the next 5 years, but in the near future, we'll be fine. In the near future, we'll be good. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think we'll be okay. Again, tomorrow morning we could wake up. Trump could have pissed Putin off. Putin could have pissed Trump off. Who knows? Who the hell knows what's gonna happen? But I know that a lot of people normies are definitely nervous about the next couple of months. Watchman makes us. You mean mixes. I don't know what that means. I don't even know why I'm reading that. Yes, Sarita's like, I worry about the normies becoming a problem. They might be a problem. I mean, not they might. They will be a problem if you're in the cities. If you're not in the city, maybe not so much. I don't know. I don't think we have anything to worry about, but if you live in a city, you should worry. And then that's including myself. You should definitely worry if you're in the city in regards to people coming for your shit. Again, I said before, guys, people will associate your social status and financial status with being prepared. Meanwhile, you don't prepare for anything. You're just a rich dude. But because you got money, people will automatically think that all rich people have a bunker, food, and water. That is something that's being instilled in the public, and it's been instilled in the public for a long time. So obviously, if something happens, well, they're gonna come running. They're gonna come running for the rich folks. They'll even look at somebody like myself who has a job, and sit there and go after me and go after my preps that they think I have, which I do, but not the point. Not the point. Adriana, we definitely do. You're right. I mean, I got a plan. I got a walkout plan. I got a drive out plan. But the drive out plan, the bugging out by vehicle has to happen before everybody else recognizes what's going on. Yeah, listen, guys. And, there are a lot of people like, I don't have to prepare. I believe in God. The shit don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. It really doesn't. Follow the Bible. Believe in the Bible. Trust in God. But you also have to be prepared in case the trust in God doesn't come through. 1819 is asking me my opinion on Canadian Prepper. I don't like him. The guy's a sellout. He makes the prepper community look bad. He gets people anxious all the time. People are always in a high anxiety state because of him. People ask me, well, what do you think about this happening? I don't think it's going to happen. Between him and the porn star, the porn star mustache dude, they keep telling us or beating that drum that something bad's going to happen. I'll tell you that something could happen, but I'm not guaranteeing it. These guys are all but guaranteeing that something's going to happen. And I don't get it, man. You can't guarantee any of that shit. Again, Ukraine was supposed to be steamrolled. And that Ukraine was supposed to start the Third World War. That didn't happen. Then you had the whole Israeli staged attack bullshit. And then that was supposed to start the Third World War. Well, that didn't happen. Then you had Putin and his cronies threatening to bomb us and start the Third World War. Well, that didn't happen. So, it's always bullshit. It's always bullshit when it comes to that kind of shit. People just constantly telling us that something's going to happen and it doesn't. It's enough already. Yes, be prepared. If you still want to listen to these guys, by all means, but take what they say with a grain of salt. A liar taking people's money? That's new. I get it now. I was like, a liar taking people's money? That's new. I mean, and again, if that's what he's using to build this business, so be it. It's a bit scumbaggy, if you ask me, but, I mean, listen, I'm an affiliate of a few things, and I suck at pushing it. Well, I'm going to try to start pushing it more. But when I do, you're not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and go, guys, there's a new virus about to unleash. Please buy my stuff from my store. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm going to tell you guys, like medical kits, Refuge Medical. Go buy their kits. Expensive, but well fucking worth it. Well worth it. And I'm going to tell you about quality of that gear. I'm not going to, I'm not going to guilt you into, what if your kid splits his head open and then you don't have any gear around? I mean, you could easily use that argument, but I'm not going to. But I'm just going to tell you the fact that shit can happen and you should be ready. But I'm not going to tell you, guys, there's going to be a nuclear war next week. Please buy some nuclear survival kits that I have in store. Oh, I'm running out, guys. But if you want to get it now, I'll give you a 10% discount. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Take that shit somewhere else. But again, people buy into it. But anyway, enough about that halfwit. And the crazy shit is not, I call him a halfwit, but he's not a fucking halfwit. Canadian Prepper is really smart. But nonetheless, It's a problem when you're using people's fear to buy your shit. That's the problem. You know, and we see it all the time on, like, 2 o'clock in the morning. They're like, you can't cut onions right? Get this knife and you'll cut onions in half the time without crying. Then you get that fucking product and it doesn't work. You wind up cutting off your fingers. Or not cutting through the onions at all because it's dull. It's like, it's along the same lines of that scam shit, you know? I get it. I get it. Trying to feed his family. I understand that. But feeding your family and motherfuckering everybody else by telling them they're going to die if they don't buy your shit, that's a different ballgame. It's an entirely different ballgame. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There are a lot of places to hide. There are a ton of places to hide. You just got to know where. Wellness company? Jay's case, yeah, they contacted me before to sell their stuff. And when I asked them about the ivermectin stuff, they were like, yeah, we don't have it. And I wasn't going to sell for them. Because I think they took it out of their kits, actually. Real White, it's along the same lines. It's along the same lines. And again, do what you do. You know, it'll either bite them in the ass in the long run or it won't. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, the digital ID is it today? Keeble, is that today? The whole you have to have the true ID on your license or some shit like that. I know that was starting soon. I didn't know that it was today. Or this month, for that matter. Matter of fact, I thought it was last month it started. What was it? True ID, real ID, whatever it is. You need the hologram bullshit on your fucking license. I don't even have my license on me. But yeah, I don't even think I have a real ID one. I'll just use my what you call it. I don't know. I don't know when it started, but May 7th. All right, thank you all, Real White. May 7th. Well, it's not Ace Venom. It's not so much digital ID. It's the real ID, and there's like it's a weird. It's not weird, but there's like your face. You have your picture, and then there's like another picture of you that you can see through, like at the bottom middle of your ID. Depends on your state. In New York, that's how it is, and I think there's like a coding on it or some shit like that. But it's not technically digital ID. You have to have a physical driver's license that says real ID on it. And they're starting this because of terrorism, apparently. I'm like, what? Also, sex trafficking. That's their bullshit excuse they're using. I'm like, get bent. You don't have it for kids. You only have it for adults. So it does nothing for sex trafficking. It does nothing for terrorism. You know? But I'm going to go off in a couple minutes. I got one more show to do. I didn't even want to do the show today. But I wind up going to work tomorrow because something happened. So I have to go to work tomorrow. And I'm up and down. So, yeah. I'm tired, man. Like I said, I don't want to do the second live stream. But I'm going to make it real quick. Talk about the insanity that's going on. That's seemingly getting worse. I've never seen anything like it. Thomas, they lie about everything. That's the problem. They lie about all of it. I mean, like the moon landing, for example. There's more and more information coming out that the likeliness of us landing on the moon was less likely, right? The whole thing about space and the sun and the space weather, that's coming out. Everything about JFK, which we were supposed to find out about, didn't come out. Like, not at all. Not even a little bit. Any files about the Epstein, nothing. We didn't hear shit about that. Oh, shit. But, yeah. It's all a lie, man. Everything we're ever told. Matter of fact, Terrence Howard was talking about math. In the video, when he was talking about math, I had to listen to the video 4 times because he was talking about, he told like 2 guys he was on the show with, and he gave him an equation, and he told him to do two different things with this equation, and he said that equation is unnatural. It doesn't compute. It's not supposed to. And he came up with a new math system. I forgot what he called it. And he was just like, we've been lied to about everything for so long. We've been lied to about Jesus. We've been lied to about the Bible. Apparently, there's another Bible, the original, the first one, carbon dated 1,000 years before the original Bible. The Vatican has a lot of secrets, obviously, and we're just lied about everything. You know, so yeah, it's a shit show, man, and we don't know what to believe. You know, is the real Bible? Is the first Bible that was carbon dated 1,000? Is that the real one, or is that some bullshit that someone planted in there to confuse people? You know, Prepper Revelator, thank you for the 5-minute warning. Again, there's so much lying going on. You can't believe anything. You know, it's just it's insanity. Can you believe it? Did you mean agnostic? What the hell's my Tiffany? I don't even want to know. Sorry. I heard Prepper Revelator is the chosen one. He probably is. We're lied to about it all, man. I mean, and the thing is, people are like, well, the Bible states that this, and this is going to happen. False prophecy, false this. But what if these people are reading the Bible and starting to set everything in motion, trying to edge out the second coming of Christ, trying to make sure we stay focused on this false idol that's supposedly going to show up soon? I mean, guys, everything is being lied to. What do we believe and what don't we believe? Ugh. It's always fucking something, man. It's always going to be something. You know, we're going to be lied to about the next earthquake that goes, and the next volcanic eruption. It could be us setting it off. It could be the Russians or the Chinese. We don't know. They're keeping us focused on the bullshit that's going on and not the shit that's really going on. All they had was individual books. Yeah, Restore Justice, I guess. But again, this book was 1,000 years before, and had a bunch of writings in it pertaining to God, but I don't think Jesus was mentioned in it. And again, this book is super old. I yet to think they cracked it open. Adriana, I just read that before I came online, that Carmelo Anthony was released on a $250,000 bond. And again, his parents have money. I just did a video on it. I'm going to release it Wednesday, but I just did a video on it, and I'll put the update in it at the end. But yeah, he was released from jail. His parents are going to throw everything they have into the whole law thing, the money they raised for him, and the I don't think he's going to get away with it, but they're definitely going to try everything. Why do the Chinese, okay, own a lot of farmland in the U.S.? Because they're trying to take our food supply, man. And they got, she goes, yeah, and they got 4,000K in donations. I know that they were still doing the donations thing. Last time I checked, they were at 200 or over 200. But yeah, they were at 400,000. Wow. Again, they're not going to have any legal problems. They're not. They got the fucking money to cover it now. But I still think he's going to go to jail. And again, all it was two kids fighting, leaving for the media to make it a race war or turn it into a race war. Anyway, guys, other than that, I'm going to go offline right now. I'll see you guys in about 1 minute on the Angry Truth channel. We're going to talk about some of the nonsense that's been going on here in the country. Other than that, guys, thank you. Good night. And I will see you guys either Thursday night. No, I will see you guys Friday night for the doubleheader. All right, guys, thank you.